Hey everyone, welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons with the comic book community. We are back again, and so is the duck. I re-downgraded my plan after using the free plan for a week. Sorry, StreamYard. Can't afford that shenanigans. But I appreciate that you have this limited free option for us to still bring Dungeons and Dragons to the froths of people who love to watch it every week. So, Gordon, we don't talk about other shows during this show. I'm sorry. We are missing a Tickles this week, but we do have a Dildo Baggins back in the fray. So last week, you guys you explored a number of places and ran away from most of them.
Run away!
Well, the thing in the
They had pointy teeth.
Yeah,
was kind of funny.
Let's bring up the map and see
the thing in the hole that could talk to us psychically was frightening.
So I believe you re-explored the tower after finishing off people. You went back in here, yes?
Yep, found nothing.
You tried to go this way and ran into a force field.
And
then decided to go back to where you were exploring before. You went in this tower.
Yep.
And that's where you found the oracle, right? I believe.
Yeah, we found the orb of something. What's my note saying?
There's a
Savros God divination orb.
Yeah.
Ask and we shall show if you know the name of person or object. It will show you where it is. Is basically what the deal was. And we didn't know the name of what we're looking for.
Right. So basically, you had the option to use this crystal ball to ask where a person or object is, and it will tell you the location or show you the location in the general direction in which it's in. You passed on that for now. You then explored this wellspring of answers where you tried to meditate around it to get some wisdom from the
tentacles.
Yeah, the 5 pentacles of this land, telepathic pentacles. A couple of you succeeded. Tickles did not, which summoned a horrible 5-headed creature from the deep that you ran away from instead of dealing with.
I like to run away from issues.
And then you went into the bazaar over here, where
we should tell John what we heard, what we meditated, what we got.
Oh yeah, sure. Go
ahead. I got in times of trouble, wizards raised a force field only they could pass through. So we're thinking that's the force field that we couldn't pass through on the other end. It means only a wizard could go through it. So we need to know how they did it.
But was he in a time of trouble?
Yeah. And then the other thing was wonders across the world sold at Enclave's Bazaar of Bazaar. So we went there and I let that
go. And then, this is where you ran into the headless iron golem who was wandering aimlessly because it didn't have a head, so it couldn't hear or see. I believe Tony Tickles is the one who decided to attack it.
Makes sense.
Which, gave it a general direction in which it got hit, and it started fighting back and did quite a bit of damage to Tony before you guys fled the scene. And I believe that's where we ended, correct?
I think so.
So yeah, we could go back and try to dodge around it, but we did not find anything in the Bazaar of the Bazaar before we found that golem. And Tony was like, "Oh, cool."
Watch this.
And Tony did no damage to it.
Yes, Tony did no damage. No, because he doesn't have a magical axe.
He hit it. It just did no damage.
It did no damage. The only damage we did was I think I hit it with one of 2 Eldritch Blasts.
It's got a really high AC.
Doc hit it with fire, and it gained all that back. And Tony had taken like 60 points of damage.
Yeah, even with disadvantage, it still had a strong hitting ability.
Did we do a long rest at all last time, or
Yes, we did a
Yeah,
long
you
rest.
rested in the tower.
do I get
Tower.
the bonuses for that, or did I not rest?
No, you can rest. You can return up
Okay.
to recover your
Okay.
spell slots.
I didn't have a lot of spell slots left, and I wanted to check.
In fact, you probably stayed sleeping there while everyone else was adventuring, and you're now just catching back up to them,
Got it.
which would explain why you didn't take any damage or anything from any of the other adventures they went on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, we got this tower where the Oracle is, if you want to revisit that. We got this, if you want to revisit that, where the thing came out of the depths. You got the Iron Golem. The other things of interest in this area. You have this building here. And then this little upside down carrot looking thing.
Okay.
Obviously, this huge domed building and this smaller domed building. And then that's about all on this side that you see. But then obviously there's, you can go behind this tower and continue to explore that way.
Okay. So in the bazaar of the bazaar where we found the Iron Golem, I know we were walking in and we'd seen like some booths that everything was destroyed. There didn't look like there was anything of interest initially. Then we saw the Iron Golem. Did we like see any reason to try to go around him, the back part of that, or did we not do any? I can't remember what we did there. Did we actually investigate anything? Did we just fight the golem and leave?
So what you noticed, you didn't really pay much attention to what was past the golem. You were able to kind of see that the storefronts that you did look at while you were walking down the length of it were pretty destroyed and looted. So,
Okay.
He didn't seem to be guarding anything per se. He was just kind of wandering
Around.
But he didn't have
anything and everything.
So, you don't necessarily have a reason to believe at this point that there was anything behind him worth exploring, but you also didn't check that out. So,
okay. And how far did we make it in? Because we can see how big the building is. Just like how far before we ran into him.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably about 3/4 of the way back.
Okay. All right. Do we think we want to go back in there, or are we moving on for the moment?
Say probably move on.
I was gonna say move on, probably.
All right, let's go to the other building of interest in the circle, in the oval egg thing, I guess.
Okay. We're looking at this one here, right?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
All right.
Of interest.
Silken drapes hang from the walls of this storefront, their surfaces swirling with illusory images of dragon's fire and twinkling star fields. A group of emotionless figures stand guard outside, looking for all the world like frozen statues.
These like the frozen people that we fought, that like we turned those people into when we fought them, or is it something different?
Make a perception check for me.
That is perception. 21.
No, these are definitely not frozen, literally frozen. These are having just seen the frozen people that you saw. These do not look the same at all. They look like they are, like, for lack of a better comparison, like the beef eaters in London. They're just guards that are emotionless and unmoving.
And they seem like they don't look like robots or something. They look like human.
They're humanoid, but they
Okay.
don't look human.
Okay.
Let me see if I can show you a picture without revealing anything.
And they're on the perimeter of the doors there?
Yeah, they're guarding the doors for sure.
And there are how many of them? 2 or 4? 6. Okay.
2 and 4.
2 and 4. So there's one of them. Got it.
2 minus 4. There's -2.
Yeah, 2 of them. So there's none. Okay, we'll ignore them.
I guess I should make myself bigger if I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of like,
But they don't seem mechanical then. They seem okay. But am I able to determine if they're alive without touching them?
if you want to try to make a perception roll yourself,
Okay.
you're trying to figure that out.
Just to kind of see.
Sure,
If
I'll do that too.
I got an 18.
I got a 12. So we'll go with Count or Guild.
I can't remember if you have seen these specifically yet, but they appear to be like not clones, but like a created humanoid thing.
Interesting.
Okay.
And
So they're clearly of some sort of they're not mechanical.
They're like a construct.
Ivy? Is that Ivy?
Yes.
Hey, Ivy. And you said 2 at each door, and there's 3 doors or something like that.
No, there's one door with 6 of them standing outside.
Oh goodness. Okay. Is the door open or closed?
Door is closed, but they're not actually like blocking the door. They're just
So, like 3 to a side or whatever.
yeah, they are standing, clearly guarding the building, but not in their current position, not like blocking your path into it.
If we walk around the perimeter, are these the only entrances, exits, whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
Do they seem to react to us walking around the building? Like, do they
They
frozen or do
so
they...
far they have not reacted at all to your presence.
Okay.
It feels very much like if we open these doors, we're going to get fight. We can try to talk to them, I suppose, but I get the sense that they will not respond.
All right, I attempt to talk to one of these things from like a little ways away. Excuse me, can you tell us what this place is? Hello.
When you speak, their eyes kind of turn towards you a little bit, but they don't respond.
Okay, so they're clearly like
Aware. Yeah.
As we approach, like, let's say I get within like 10, 15 feet, what do they do?
They don't do anything.
Well, I mean, what do you guys think?
How badly do we want to open this door?
I mean, I don't know. Like, how big an area are they in? Like how
if
big?
we knock, we could certainly be polite and knock and see what happens. That's not, invading or anything.
I just don't want to like walk up and get between six. Be like, hello, and then
that's
turn
fair.
and like attack me.
That's fair.
I mean, is there a way for you to knock from a distance?
I mean, I have mage hand.
There you go.
That's a cantrip. I can use that. You guys want me to knock?
Sure.
All right. I will cast mage hand and have it knock gently on the door.
Okay. You don't
Munch.
get a response from inside, but the guards also don't react.
All right.
I could use the hand, I suppose, to open the door.
Yeah.
If you are inclined.
You can try.
Or if you want to move on, I understand.
You can try it. See what happens.
Try.
All right. Let's mage hand and is it like a knob or a lever or something? What's the setup there? Is it something?
Yeah, it's probably a knob, I would say.
Let's see if the mage hand is strong enough to do that.
To turn the knob.
Yeah, the mage hand turns the knob and the door creaks open.
Can I see anything inside?
Yeah, any noise, any sights inside?
Yeah, you can see some more of this illusory silk hanging on the inside in long drapes throughout the interior.
Okay, I'm gonna screw it. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna walk up to the door, watching them carefully as I do.
Slowly.
Yeah, you reach the door without any interference.
I open it further, and can I see from being up close to it? Do I see anything else?
Yeah, sure. You see 5 more figures inside. They look very similar to the guards, except they're dressed differently. They have kind of more of a robe on with hoods instead of the armor. You see, like I said, a number of these long drapes of silk with different illusory magic weaved into it. You see an empty pedestal in the middle of the room with crystal mannequins draped in fine robes and different clothing encircling it.
An empty pedestal with what encircling? With
Crystal mannequins.
crystal mannequins.
So basically just like showing off
Yeah, mannequins.
clearly like clothing made of this silk.
Showing off clothing. Can I do a perception check of the figures inside? Not the mannequins, but the figures. Are they also not moving? Are they turning to the door? Are they reacting in any way, shape, or form? That is a 15.
Yeah, they. I would say half and half. They, when they see you walk to the entryway, they all kind of snap to attention and kind of focus their attention on you, but they stand more like attendants than guards.
I will try to speak to them and be like, "Hello, can you tell me what this place is?"
They don't respond verbally, but they kind of all gesture like a come in motion.
All right, I step inside. Is the vibe I'm getting, this is like a store that sells these silks, or was at one time. Is that the vibe I'm getting from this?
Yes, that is the vibe you're getting.
Okay.
It definitely is a storefront of sorts.
Okay. So, in theory, as long as we don't steal something, the guards probably won't bother us. So, all right. So I kind of step inside and approach the nearest one. What does it do as I come closer to it?
Before you get that far, when you get inside, you notice one more thing. You notice that in the rafters of this building are 4 large spiders.
Oh, shit.
But they also do not react to you entering the building.
How high is the ceiling or the rafters? Sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't say specifically, but it's normal height, 10 or 15 feet probably.
Okay.
So with the rafters, they're probably 15, 20 feet up.
Okay. Feeling greatly outnumbered as the only person in here.
I'll go ahead and go into.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna keeping an eye on the spiders. Approach the closest one and be like, and again try to speak to it and be like, can you just trying to understand what this place is? Can you tell me what it is that are these just regular clothes? Are they magical? What kind of what is it that you sell?
It doesn't say anything, but it gestures towards the pedestal.
It gestures toward the pedestal. Okay. And the pedestal had 4 crystal mannequins around it. Is that what you said?
It just says crystal mannequins. It doesn't say how many, but
okay, crystal mannequins, and they're all dressed in fine silk clothing.
Yes,
like robes. Yeah.
All right. So I approach the pedestal, and I want to do.
I mean, obviously, Doc and I are in the room now too, right? We're with you.
Okay.
I feel like
I just do a perception check on the pedestal before I don't want to touch it or anything. That's a 22.
Okay. There does seem to be something mechanical about the pedestal. It looks like something to do with standing on it will trigger something, but you can't see what it leads to or what it would trigger.
Okay. And now that we're in here, what are the I talked to the one mannequin and what are the other or not mannequins, but the other figures doing?
They're all kind of trying to show off the silk and
okay.
So they appear to be their arms to show you how fine it is, and it is some of the nicest fabrics you've ever seen.
And now that I'm further into the room, can I tell that this is really all that's in here is just silk stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Well, does anybody need some clothes?
I think I'm good.
Oh, what the hell? So in order to operate the pedestal, I have to stand on it. Is what I figured out, right?
With a 22, that's what it appears as. Yes.
Sure, I stand on the pedestal. See what happens.
Okay. You step on the pedestal, and as you do, an illusion of a magnificently dressed human flickers to life before you and begins to speak, and it says, "Greetings, welcome to the Hall of Silk. I am Silksmith Mixel. As the first time you have visited us, let me briefly explain the silk making process we have here. As you may have noticed, we have a number of very talented phase spiders, and as he's saying this, you notice that they are all silently descending from the ceiling. And he says, "But don't let their horrible appearance frighten you. They are quite harmless as long as you let them do their work."
What was the guy's name? Sorry.
Silksmith Mixel, Mixyll.
X-Y-L-L. Silk Smith. Okay. We got face spiders, and they're moving toward me. Great.
Yeah. The illusion says, "If you please be still for a moment, and they will take your measurements and begin to work on a magnificent piece for you that will be custom made with any illusory image you would like."
Okay. I'm going to ask just to see if it responds. How much will this custom piece cost me?
It says, "Aha, I am sure at this point you're asking, what will this custom piece cost me?" Well, lucky for you, we work on a word of mouth business, and your first item is on the house.
Okay.
All we ask is you wear it, and when someone asks where you received it, you direct them towards us, where we will make them a fine robe, and you will return undoubtedly as you enjoy the robe over the years and understand that you want your whole wardrobe made here at the House of Silk.
Okay. So now what happens?
Are you staying there?
Sure.
The 4 spiders descend on you and begin to kind of crawl over you with their long, spindly, hairy legs, clearly measuring you for some sort of garment, or at least that is what you can gather based on their actions and what was just told you. That's what it seems to be.
It seems they're doing what he said and not something else. Okay. All right. So I waited out. Does it ask me what illusionary image I want, or do I?
So once they are seemingly almost done measuring you, Silksmith Mixel says, "Imagine any image your heart desires."
Okay. Any image that I heard. So they're making me. It appears that they're going to be making me like a cloak. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So if I say like,
think of like Superman's cape, like the illusionary image would be on the back of it.
Would be on the back. So like storm clouds and lightning or something is what I want. I want to see what this does.
Okay.
So
you stand there, and the spiders begin to spin this robe literally on top of you, like they are crawling over you, and as they do, they are spitting out this silk and creating this thing, and it is incredibly creepy and unsettling, but is not hurting you in any way.
Okay.
So unless you have an extreme arachnophobia, you can kind of just hang out and let them do this.
I don't think Gray has extreme arachnophobia, so we'll roll with it. Let's see what happens.
So
if I don't feel like they're hurting me, I'm just gonna like wait it out. My curiosity is getting the better of me.
After about 10 minutes, they kind of fluff this robe cape on your back and ascend back into the ceiling. And you guys standing in the back of them see an incredible flowing, perfectly tailored robe falling off of Gray's back, and there's a incredibly intimidating image of storm clouds and lightning flickering on his back.
Sweet. All right. Does it say I step down?
Okay. The illusion of the silksmith disappears, and you are left with, as advertised, the finest piece of clothing you've ever worn.
Nice.
Me
And
too. Me too.
you immediately recognize that it is probably worth quite a bit, and that this silk is something very unique to this place. And you notice once again how many bolts and rolls and drapes of silk there are in this building.
Can I would ask Gray actually. Can I inspect that? Can I take a look at
Yeah,
it?
like I'm gonna inspect it, like just to like obviously I see that like to see like how tough I think it is and like how durable and like yeah.
I'd like to like detect magic on it. I do like to do the
Okay.
take some time and do the detect magic on it.
I mean, obviously it's got some sort of magic because of the image.
And then my investigation is very high. It is 26.
Okay. The only magic you detect is the illusionary magic created from this image on the back. It is not magical otherwise.
Okay.
And with an investigation check, you agree that it is the finest piece of clothing you've ever seen. It wouldn't provide any sort of benefit other than style. Like, it's not
Sure.
going to give you any extra armor boost or any sort of magical abilities, but you might be able to impress people with its finery. Is the best thing you could get out of it.
Nice.
And you just feel really cool wearing it and comfortable.
Oh yeah, the Gray is like, hey, again.
Oi, Gray, lift me up, put me on the pedestal.
I helped Dill to get on the pedestal and step back.
Same process happens. The illusionary form appears again and says the exact same thing it said the first time. So clearly it is a recording and not an interactive element.
Sure.
Spiders begin to descend and are remarkably larger to you than they would be to Gray.
Well, I'm not very big either, but
Sure, but Dill is still quite a bit smaller than you, I think, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm like 4 feet something. So
I'm not too far off of that actually.
I'm 4'2".
I'm 3'3".
So,
About a quarter smaller.
well, I'm 5 foot with the ears. So,
But so the spiders kind of have a little bit more trouble kind of scurrying around you. They're
like,
kind of
child size.
yeah. But they begin the same process, and the illusion asks you what you would like sewn into your garment.
Like an open book with light coming out of it.
That didn't sound like Dill.
Sorry. Like an open book with sort of light shining out of it.
Cool. All right. You wait. Takes them about 9 minutes because you're smaller. But
What color are
they
these cloaks, by the way?
They are blue.
Okay.
The same color as kind of the clothes these critters are wearing, kind of like a tealish green.
Got it.
And yeah, you get your cloak with a book with light coming out of it.
Sweet.
Very nice.
I'll get up there.
When you stand on it, it says, "You have been greedy." No, I'm kidding.
We haven't
The
taken
same
any
pro-
of the silk, so we're
The same process. Once again, the spiders descend, ask you what illusion you'd like.
Like a picture of him, and I'll point to Dild, but slightly larger.
Okay. You get a picture of Dild on your back.
the back of your- Does he have a crown that's like tilted to the side?
All
They
right.
didn't make my wang big enough.
Yeah, is it a nude portrait?
I was assuming.
No.
I was
It's
assuming.
that way I could just sort of like, go like this, and it just looks like another one of him.
Uh,
But slightly larger.
All right.
All right.
And I realize you tried to bait us with we realize this is super expensive, probably stuff, and there's tons of it here. and I also count how many store people there are, how many spiders, and how many guys are outside. And I'm good. And since Tickles is not here, I think we're all good. So yeah. I exit. I assume the others are coming with me.
Yep. Shut the door on the way out.
Yep. Casually, strut out past the guards.
Oh yeah.
Do a little blue steel.
Okay.
Le Tigre.
They give you a slight nod, like almost imperceptible nod, but they're like, "No, looking good."
Sweet. This is awesome. Okay. On to the next thing that we haven't explored yet. What's next?
You got these three right here. You got this carrot. And the two domes.
Well, we're closer to the one dome, right? So the non-see-through dome, and we're closer.
Yeah, I mean, right. If you're going as the crow flies, this would be.
We would just go to that one first. So.
Okay.
All right. The roof of this dome building is wrecked and open to the elements. Inside is a theater with a large stage, seating for more than 100 and a backstage area. Icicles hang from its sagging balconies, and Rime frosted masks leer and grin from its fractured walls.
Do we see any kind of openings?
Yeah, there's definitely, you are looking in that open kind of little door thing from the front.
Okay.
There's no closed door. It is.
And it looks like it's open at the top,
Yeah.
from above.
Says this dome building is wrecked and open to the elements.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Listening skills. No sounds, no movement, no nothing like that.
Make a perception check.
All right. Not my best. That's a 13.
16.
Yeah, from out here, it appears perfectly quiet and empty.
All right, I go to the doorway and kind of look inside.
Yeah, I mean, from the doorway and a foot behind the doorway, you don't really see much of a difference.
Okay. Do we want to go in and investigate, gentlemen?
Sure.
All right. Creep in, look up, look down, watch for spiders or
There's
icicles.
1,000 spiders. Yeah, this area, you enter in this, towards the seating area, facing the stage, and it appears pretty empty. You do see behind the stage, like I said, there is clearly some sort of access to a backstage area, but this front area is just kind of frozen, and it's basically like outside because of the hole in the roof.
Do we want to head backstage, gents?
Sure. Let's see what we can find.
Backstage pass?
Okay, there's no locked door or anything to this backstage area, so it is accessible if you wish to enter.
Just want to look around, I suppose. I don't know if that's perception or it's not investigation because I'm not using my hands, right?
Yeah, no, I mean it's pretty empty actually. You do see one large thing in the middle of the room that is very hard to miss. There's a large wooden writing desk, and it is wrapped in chains and padlocked.
Meaning it has a way of opening. There's like an empty like a section inside of it, or is it chained to the ground and you can't steal it like a podium?
No, getting into the drawers
Got it.
has been chained and padlocked.
Can I investigate it for like any kind of traps or anything?
I'll do a
Sure.
magic. I'll do a detect magic.
I'm gonna say there's no traps with my 3.
With your 3,
3.
I'll do detect magic, but I'll investigate when I'm done.
I think we're good.
You do sense something magical from inside the desk, but you can't get a sense of what it is per se.
I investigate and I get a 14.
Looking for traps.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
non-magical.
seems like a pretty standard lock and chains. You don't see anything that looks like there's any sort of physical trap.
Okay. I don't have any lockpicking skill. I've got a lot of little skills and things, but lockpicking ain't one of them.
Well, I have thieves' tools, and so I can try to pick the lock, I guess.
All right, make a dexterity check for me, please.
Where's my dex? Okay. Ooh, dirty 20.
Oh yeah, you expertly kind of like you look at the guys and kind of like go watch this. And you just go.
First time for everything.
I warned him that I did get some magic, readings, whatever, from the desk.
There's something in there.
Either in there or, yeah. I don't know. It might have a reaction.
Gotcha.
Um,
So, like, the chains were holding like a drawer, or they were like.
it was preventing access to. There's a number of desk drawers, and it was basically preventing access to all of them. So the chain falls off, and you can now, if you wish, open and explore or investigate what's in these drawers.
Maybe somebody that's better investigation than I am.
I can do it. Ooh, I got a 23.
Okay. You open the first drawer, and it is, for all intents and purposes, empty. There's some, bits of detritus in there, but nothing really worth noticing. The second drawer, however, has a leather-bound folder. And on the front, it says, "A Blasphemy of Kings."
Worst Game of Thrones book ever.
Blasphemy of Kings?
A Blasphemy of Kings.
Okay. Okay.
Dare we open the folio?
You're the one.
We dare. The answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, we open it.
Okay. You open it, and there are a number of individual scripts, basically telling the parts of different characters in this play. They each have a different humanoid figure illustrated on the outside of it. One says the martyr. It's got a noose around its neck. One says the traitor. It is a figure with a knife held behind its back. One is called the bewitched, with a fairy whispering in its ear. One is called the haunted, with a demonic shadow terrorizing it. And one is called the fool, which is performing a handstand.
And it looks like Tickles.
Okay. Is this the thing that he sensed was magical?
Yes.
Okay. Or, I mean, I guess, was that the last drawer?
Yeah, you look through the other drawers if you wish.
No, yeah, okay. That was
you don't
the
find
only
anything
thing we
else.
found. Okay.
This is the thing of interest that you have found.
Do we want to keep it?
I mean, you're the book nerd or the reader.
Throw it in the bag of holding, yeah. I don't like
You're
throwing
just
away
gonna-
books,
just gonna
especially
claim
ones
it
that have been
and-
locked up.
What?
You're not going to investigate any further. You're just claiming it and moving on.
Was there more to investigate? We read it, right?
Well,
I don't think we read.
You didn't read it. You just looked at the thing
look at
and you
the
saw
outside
that
of each of the.
there's multiple scripts with different characters. But we also know it's magical, so we might not want to just read it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to lead you in one way or another. I just want to make sure.
Can I do an Arcana check on it to see if I understand what the magic is that he detected with it?
Sure.
I mean, I could probably roll higher than you on that.
Well, it's an 18. See if you can beat that, if you can, wizard
I got
boy.
21.
It is some sort of enchantment magic.
So potentially, if you read it, you have to become the character in the play and have to act it out. Maybe
It's enchanting.
it's enchanting.
I feel like it's bad news to leave it here.
Well, clearly they locked it up, so they didn't want somebody to take it.
So let's
maybe
take
this
it.
is it. Yeah, I mean, it could be useful if we
So
want to
throw
put
it in
on
the bag
an
of holding?
incredible show.
Is that what we're saying?
I mean, I feel like we shouldn't leave it here, but I guess there's no reason to keep it. It doesn't seem useful. I'm trying to think what Dild would say.
We haven't
I
had
mean, I
anything
suppose.
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
playing a role or anything, have we?
Yeah, I mean, he would probably see it as frivolous in some sense because it's just theater, but at the same time, it's written. The written word, he values that, so I could see him going one way or the other. I guess anybody could persuade him probably one way or the other to keep it or leave it.
Gray takes it and throws it in the bag holder.
There you go.
Alrighty.
And is there anything else in this theater that appears to be worth investigating?
Not that you can see, no.
All right. And moving on. With my awesome robe with the storm cloud.
Feeling good about that, aren't you?
I am feeling good about that.
All right.
Glass dome or carrot?
Glass dome's closer.
All right. Glass dome.
An immense dome looms before you, its crystal roof marred by web of cracks. Through the gaps of the building's shell and on the other side of the open entranceway, you see a strange landscape of miniaturized natural features.
Like miniaturized natural features, like
It's like small scale versions of natural habitats. So like kind of like
so it's like a zoo or arboretum kind of thing.
or like a museum where you see like a little recreation of a village.
Okay. Can I do a perception check to see if I hear anything like there's something moving around in here or anything alive from just outside? I'm going to guess with a 10. I think that we're all good.
Yeah, with the 10, you do notice one thing. In the middle of all of these exhibits, you see some sort of mechanical device. From outside, you can't really tell what it is, but there is some sort of central item that is mechanical in some way.
Okay.
I'll go over and look it over.
Okay.
17.
Well, we may have something before you get there. You got to
No,
walk.
that's fine. Yeah, I mean, on your way, you just walk past some miniature mountain ranges, deserts, forests, streams. They're all draped in ice from being exposed to the elements as much of this land is. And the device, as you get closer, you see it's a 10-foot diameter iron wheel that's on its side, held above the ground by a metal brace with 8 barrel-sized egg-shaped open containers attached to the outer ends of its spokes. It has a bronze control panel with a lever next to it. And if you'd like to make an Arcana check and examine it for 1 minute, you might be able to notice something else.
Wizard boy, go.
On it.
Your Arcana is so much
16.
better than mine.
I got a 14.
Oh,
Okay. Well,
Doc beat me.
Doc, you rolled well enough to see you understand how to, you've come to understand how to use this device, you think, but you can't figure out what it's for. To operate the device, you must distribute blood between all 8 of the containers evenly. And then you pull the lever and spin the wheel. And you guess, judging from the size of the containers, you need about a total of 80 hit points worth of blood distributed. So about 10 hit points of blood per egg container.
This is the worst Price is Right episode ever. Don't go over, right? Bid.
Where's Pickles?
Yeah, I mean, you
Can
want
we-
to drain Pickles? I don't know how many hit points he has
Can we
left.
bleed-
I don't think
How
he has
much-
that many hit points
How
left
far
after
can
the
we
golem.
bleed Valin?
No.
Berlin has a total.
Let's just say I don't have 80 hit points, so yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither.
She has a total of 67 hit points, but
She can get us most of the way there.
You'd have to try to convince her to do that.
Oh, I'm told you.
I mean, but we don't know what it's gonna do. But,
I'm not
you know,
evil yet.
I mean, I want to push the red button, but
I agree, Ryan. Always take the second showcase.
but there's only 3 of us. It would be like, I mean, with 4 people, you could say it's 20 hit points apiece. But it's whatever this is gonna do. Like looking around here, does it look like it's is it interacting in some way with the little habitats, or is it this kind of a standalone thing, or what is it?
Yeah, it's a standalone thing.
Okay.
My brother-in-law was on Price is Right. He got to the showcase.
Oh,
Nice.
He did not win,
But exciting nonetheless.
but he won some prizes on the way to the showcase, but he didn't have a showcase.
What do you think, Doc?
So we pass for now.
Okay.
That's a lot of hit points for
There's a lot of
you know,
hit points
what.
there
I
for
agree.
not knowing what the heck we're getting.
If we knew we needed it, that'd be different.
On to the carrot, I guess. Unless there's something, nothing else here seems to strike our interest as we're looking around.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to enjoy the exhibits, you may, but this is the thing that really drew your attention in this room.
Okay.
All right, carrot time.
Carrot time.
Carrot time. All right, you approach this carrot. This conical tower is held relatively upright by a ring of arched buttresses. Expressionless humanoid figures stand in silence around it. The roof has a large, ragged hole in it where something large smashed through.
Humanoid. Go ahead.
So they look similar to the ones outside of the
Silk shop.
silk shop. Yep.
Okay.
So there are 3 of the armored sword-carrying ones, 3 of the ones that you saw inside with the hooded robes, and then 1 which is just wearing a plain kind of head-to-toe long-sleeve robe with no hood.
And the last ones didn't appear that they could talk.
These don't talk to you either. However, as you begin to approach and get kind of within eyesight, you do receive a telepathic message. And it's not really in a language you understand, but you understand that it is saying that there's no entry to this building.
And how many of them are there? So
There's 7 in total, 3, 3, and 1.
All right. So what do we think? They're saying no entry. So I'm going to still try to speak back to see if I get another telepathic response. Can you just tell us what this is?
You get a stronger message back that just basically says, leave the area.
Are we going to take that, or we're all chaos. So,
Well, yeah, but we're not
because you're chaos doesn't mean you're unthinking.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're just not bound by.
they're telling us what to
rules of
do.
You're
Yeah.
bound by your rules, man.
Yeah.
Just keep living.
He mocked us last week because we were chickens, so so we burned this place to the ground.
I was just surprised because, up until last week you were just about let's kill it.
Well, we tried to kill the golem, and that didn't go so well.
Yeah, well, Tickles tried to kill the golem.
Yeah,
I healed it. I mean,
that's true. Doc was trying to save the golem.
Yeah, you were its best friend.
I would have laughed if you did that and its head grew back. It's oh shit.
I can see.
Maybe then it would have.
oh boy.
Oh no, I'm blind again.
I mean, I don't see any reason to fuss with it, but
Yeah.
but we still haven't figured out what we need to figure out to get where we need to go.
I mean, that's a whole other kind of problem.
But this is like a guarded tower, which means there might be something inside it that's useful, that's being hidden. We haven't really run across anything else that's been guarded other than the towers where we found information.
Hmm.
I mean, we ran across a few monster stuff, but nothing that was appeared to have defenses other than those towers where we got those 2 first do this, second do this, or whatever.
Right. Hmm.
It is a fair point.
Either we could go back to the bazaar and try to sneak around the golem and see if we could get to the back and see if we could find these wonders that we were told about.
No, we can give this spot a try. We're here.
7 of them.
I'm
We've stayed back, because they told us to stay away. So we stayed back. We didn't.
Yeah, no, they're not approaching you at this distance. I did neglect to mention that this piece of fallen tower, when you were over here, kind of caught your attention. Well, something you can explore before you head to the other side. But not to draw you away from here, just want to make sure you know your options.
Gotcha. What do we think?
I mean, I'm fine with exploring it, but if you guys are not feeling it,
Doc, you have.
I could go either way. I mean, I was kind of against it till he brought up the fact that, everything else has been guarded that we found. There's been very few things that was guarded that.
Yep.
And those that had stuff we needed.
I mean, I don't know. We can explore something else and come back. But if we can't find our answers, we still haven't found the answer. We need to know how to get by the barrier or where we even need to go to find this stupid thing that's supposed to fight the Frostmaiden. So, I mean, we could go to the other thing we saw that drew our attention, and then if we need to, we can come back.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go. We'll go explore the other thing. They seem to be cowards at the moment, so that won't work.
maybe.
Waiting for Tickles to be here so he can run up and.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We don't have our tank at the moment. This is true.
All right, so you're gonna head down and check out this fallen tower.
Yeah.
The remains of a toppled tower lie scattered around you. Its fractured base, protruding from the ground like a broken tooth, is teeming with crawling gray hands.
Crawling what?
Crawling gray hands.
Okay. That's kind of gross.
Different.
Great. So not like, okay. Well, do we want to fight a whole bunch of hands? Like swarms of hands?
If everyone wants to roll a perception check for me as you get closer
Sure.
to it.
Good God, I didn't even switch dice.
I got you 23.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah, with a 9, you can't really see anything, notice anything. Dild, with your roll, you see that it appears they're trying to excavate or clear the tower's ruins brick by brick. But they
Right, I
seem
will
to be
pass that
pretty
along.
ineffective at it at the moment.
Welcome
So they're kind of just,
to the club.
moving stuff around without any rhyme or reason. They're just disembodied.
Left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing.
Exactly.
Does there appear to be, like, you say the tower is like teeming with these things? Does there appear to be like a space or something that we could actually like go into? Or is it all broken to the point that there's nothing like to really explore or look at?
Yeah, there's no really like going into it. It's pretty collapsed, but so at the moment you can kind of just watch these things do their work.
So there doesn't appear to be anything for us to do here.
I didn't say that. I said it doesn't look like we can get into the tower currently.
Well, if we can't go into it, I mean, do they appear to be like, you said they were clearing rubble? Does it appear to be like to clear something away so you can get into something, or to expose something, or are they just like moving pieces around randomly?
How long would you like to watch them?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Good happens.
So after a little while in watching these hands work, they're clearly trying to looks like they're trying to uncover something. And after a little while, you begin to notice kind of a flicker floating above this tower. And as you examine it, you realize that it is appears to be kind of like a ghostly image of man.
Okay.
And it is a gaunt spirit staring glumly down at the debris.
A gaunt spirit that appears to be like causing these hands to try to clear debris to find something that he lost.
We could offer to help, I say.
Well, go for it. Try to speak to it. Wizard boy.
Oi, mate.
I thought you were going to go, how?
Sorry. Not racist. Just an inappropriate accent. Oi, mate. You look like you lost something here. Is it possible you need a little help? That's really bad English. I lost my
I don't know where that accent changed 3 times.
Yeah, you went a little cockney.
I'm not here right now. Yeah.
It changed 3 times.
It kind of looks down at you with its sad expression, and it says, "Oh, it has been years since the fall of Ythrun, and I long to see my corpse freed from these ruins.
Right. That's sounds tough. Any idea like where in here? Can we move some things?
He says, "Well, I've watched my army of friends work year after year with little progress. So any help would be beneficial to my game, my goal."
I'm assuming these are like massive, heavy pieces that I wouldn't have. My little guy wouldn't have a chance. Of
Yeah, they're definitely like you would need some sort of tools like pickaxes or shovels or something to really make any progress. Just trying to move these things by hand wouldn't get you very far.
Tickle.
It
You're
would
like
take far too long.
right.
giant
If
boy.
only, if only we had a giant.
If only we had a giant. We could start tossing crap out of the way.
Right.
Okay.
And I have like mason tools and stuff. So
No.
I can polish gems. That's about it.
I bet you can.
I have a hammer and pittons.
I mean, I've got miner's pick and
You got a crowbar.
Man, a miner's pick is a pickaxe.
Yeah. Anything interesting in the bag of holding? No.
What do you guys think? Should we help? Should we move on?
if he's got a general area, we work for a little bit.
Or, sorry, are you the only one who has tools that would be of help, Doc?
I have our climbing gear with the crampons and stuff. I don't know that any of it's like digging tools or heavy lifting.
I don't have anything that's like digging.
I guess
Okay.
so.
All right, so Doc, you start to join in with these hands to try to clear some of this debris. And
I guess I could use. What does that do? You instantly clean an object no larger than 150.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, I got prestidigitation. That doesn't really work.
No.
For this kind of stuff.
So you kind of approach hesitantly, expecting these hands to kind of come after you, but they do kind of, as hands can best do, turn their attention to you as you approach. But as they see you beginning to help with the excavation process, they look visibly excited and begin kind of scurrying about faster. And you begin to work trying to clear this debris, and you do make some progress, but after a while you look at the workload, and by yourself you would guess it would take you about 2 full days of work to get anywhere of significance.
Yeah, we just don't have the tools.
I'll relay that to the crowd, and I guess the spirit in the sky. It's going to take longer than we have really to
help. I feel like this whole session's been like we've accomplished nothing other than cool cloaks. Yeah. I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any gear. I don't know what to do. So
no, I don't think we can do anything to help.
Yeah,
I could make some, but that take
takes
a few
time
hours,
too,
and then
yeah.
Yep, I think we move on.
Yeah, sorry, dude. All right. Is there anything else that has caught our interest to explore here that we have not checked out yet on this end of the map?
On this side, no.
Unless you wanted to sneak back behind the.
See if we can stealth around the golem and see if we can find anything at the back of the bazaar, since it was one of the messages we got sitting at the hole. All right. We go back to the bazaar where the golem was.
Okay. Let me read the description again for John's sake. A large market hall sits at one end of this plaza, its 4 broken towers leaning inward. Faded pennants hang above the entrance, frozen stiff. A loud clatter resounds from within the hall. Spoiler alert, it's a headless iron golem.
Yes, we know. He's still wandering around.
So you enter and you see the same thing that you saw last time. This iron golem that's kind of just rage swinging around, trying to find anything to destroy. And it seems to have done quite a bit of damage to the inside of this building, with all the storefronts kind of being wrecked.
Okay. I'm going to try to stealth around him and see if there's anything behind, like at the very back of this area, that's worth investigating.
Yeah, I don't know. The roll would be different, but you don't really need to stealth because it doesn't have any senses. You would need to just make sure you don't get hit. So just make a straight dexterity check if you'd like to.
Okay. That is a 21.
Oh yeah, for sure. You stroll by effortlessly, basically just when he's on the other side of the room. You're just like, okay, I guess I can walk now. And you walk past him to see the other side. And it's really a lot of more of the same. You don't really see anything, at least on first glance, that is catching your attention more than anything on the front side of this.
Okay, so we didn't see any shops that looked like they were worth trying to investigate.
No.
Everything's just destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, he's been here for a very long time, swinging away at the air. So he is, by the law of averages, hit basically everything.
Okay, so the bazaar tip from the hole that wasn't useful. I guess I don't know. I go back to the carrot and have a fight just because at this point.
Okay.
Or you
I mean,
just
it
go
seems like
therapy. I don't know.
It seems like the logical choice.
All right. Let's go fight some dudes.
Okay. You're just gonna run up to them and start attacking?
Well, maybe not run up, but how close are they all like clumped up together?
I mean, you are not going to be able to get like a full surprise attack on them if that's what you're trying to do. But I mean, they're not like on top of each other, but they're all clearly guarding this gate, so they're pretty close proximity.
So, I have a question. Like, so this tower that I'm looking at, like from a distance, we can like see this tower. Describe the tower one more time. This carrot tower one more time.
Sure. This conical tower is held relatively upright by a ring of arched buttresses. Expressionless humanoid figures stand in silence around it. The roof has a large, ragged hole in it where something large smashed through.
Okay. And I could try to like dimension door just into the top of the tower and just be like, but I can't take anybody with me. I don't think so. Oh yeah, I can. I can take one willing creature with me. Or we just like start fighting these guys from a distance and pick them off, since we got spellcasters at the moment instead of they come running toward us. And no tickles. What are we thinking?
Drop a big spell on them to get this whole thing rumbling.
Yeah,
So I was thinking,
I'll stand more in front of everybody else. So they'll hopefully come to me first. Wait for, I guess, Dill to drop something.
Are they standing together in any way that would be really useful?
I mean, when you get close enough to unleash any sort of attack, you're going to roll initiative. So, yes, you could hit a number of them with something like a fireball, but you know, if you roll really high, you can go first. But otherwise, it's just going to be.
oh, so like they're going to start attacking us if we get within 120 feet.
Yeah.
Were we not that close before?
I mean, I don't think so, because I would have told you should roll initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my point is you're not going to be able to get the jump on these guys. They have their heads on a swivel, and if they feel like you are approaching, especially since they told you to not come any closer, if you begin to approach them again, they are going to start attacking.
I mean, that seems like the best bet, don't you think, guys?
I guess let's do it.
He's like, I just want to met some people.
I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to do. If you guys got a better idea than trying to explore this tower,
No,
in the game.
it makes
I don't
sense
know
to
what
me.
So we went back to the bazaar and it was nothing, and we went to the last thing and it was nothing other than, oh, give us all your life. And we went to the fallen tower and it was dig for 3 days or dig for 2 days, Doc, while the rest of us just sat there and stared at you because we couldn't actually help. So I don't know what to do. If you guys got a better plan, you tell me.
No, I like this plan.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
All right, roll initiative for me, please.
$19.
I got a 17.
5.
Lynn rolled a 2.
She rolled a 19.
Oh,
I'll have you
wow.
know.
All right, well, Lynn. Heck yeah.
For one, you rolled well.
New high score for Valin, I think.
All right. So, Gray, you're still going to go first. And then Valin will be next.
All right. So as we start to approach, they're gonna like start coming, like attack. So, like, how far away are we when we initiate this? Can I? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how far away I am.
I mean, I would say probably between 100 and 150 feet.
Okay, so at 120 feet, I blast. Let's say you said there were 3 that looked like.
There's three armored ones, 3 of the ones that have the hooded robes, and then 1 that has long sleeved,
All right,
plain robe.
long sleeve robe. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna two Eldritch Blasts at him.
Okay.
That is a 16 to hit.
Yes, it does.
6 damage. Ooh, that's a 20. That is still not very good. 14 damage with the dice though. Done that, I can do that regular.
All right. Is that it?
That's 2 Eldritch Blasts is all I got at this point.
All right.
And that is magical force damage, as a reminder.
Yes. All right, Vlyn, her range on her chill touch is 120 feet, so she's just going to try to blast the same one. She will hit 3 damage. Dild.
All right. How many of them can we fit in a 20-foot radius?
You could hit the 3 armored, the 3 hooded, or 2 of one of the other.
Let's just do all the hooded ones.
Okay.
Magic users die first.
Yes.
Especially at this range.
Yeah, at this range, magic users
Yeah.
die first.
So yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw for them, and they're trying to beat 15. Oh, shoot. 15, yeah.
First one fails. Second one succeeds. Third one succeeds. So 1 failure, 2 success.
All right. So 39, and then halved on those other 2 guys.
39.
So that one guy, at least I really got that one guy.
Okay. All right. Now, next is the plain clothes or the plain robe guy who is going to.
And Gray definitely would have spread out so that we weren't like within range of like a fire.
Yeah,
So, knowing what we do. So
It is going to use his psychic lash ability on you, Gray.
okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a 16.
Okay. His eyes glow silver, and he clearly tries to invade your brain with this ability, but you are able to block it.
Thank goodness for +3. Yeah. Okay.
Next up are the armored guys, and they charge 30 feet towards you, and then are going to try to shoot each one of you with a light crossbow. So first things first, I'll do Gray. That is going to be a miss. Dild, that is going to be an 18. I assume that hits.
Yes, that hits.
7 piercing damage.
You got it.
And Doc, that is going to be a miss. Next up are the hooded creatures. Okay, they are also going to move up. They kind of hover above the ground and move 30 feet towards you, and are going to each target you with a static discharge. They discharge a lightning bolt in a 60-foot line that's 5 feet wide. Each creature in that line must make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw. Are any of you wearing armor made of metal?
Maybe.
You'll have disadvantage on that throw if you do.
Well, I get advantage from my cloak, so that
Okay, so then that
cancel out to normal.
I forget what kind of armor I have.
I got a 15.
I got what was it? A Dex or what?
yes, dexterity.
Okay, my Dex is. I also got a 15.
I got a 12.
All right. Doc, you fail. The other two succeed. And you guys are going to take. Uh, 16 points on a failed save or 8 on a successful save. And then Doc, it is your turn.
All right, I'll move forward my movement and pop Spirit Guardians. So nobody's in range yet, but
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right, back to the top of the order with Gray again.
You know what? We got 4 spellcasters. Let's just see if we can hammer this guy. I'm going to cast Blight on the one that I hit before to try to psychic something me. He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
21.
Okay, so he's going to save. So he's going to take half damage. But I didn't want to do that. I'm going to roll with the. I'm gonna roll I was trying to see, make sure I had the thing here. Let me play that. I want to see this. When you cast the spell using. Okay, yeah. So it's going to be 8d8.
Whoa.
So that is 16, 26, 29, and then 2 more. 39. So he'll take half.
So
Necrotic damage.
what is that? 19.
Right, necrotic damage. Yes.
Okay.
Damn, with him saving it, I didn't actually do any better than I would have done with my 2 Eldritch Blasts if I'd hit him twice. Oh well.
Assuming you would hit him twice.
Well, yeah.
All right, Valen is going to try to finish that guy off. She's going to miss, of course. Valen for you. Dild.
All right, how many can I get if I do it again?
Same thing. So you can get 3 the same ones you got.
Yeah. Any 3, a grouping of 3, basically.
Yes.
There's 3,
how
and 1. So yeah.
How are the cloaked guys looking?
The one that failed is looking a little singed, but the other 2 are looking pretty good.
Oh, all right. Then I'll hit all 3 of those guys again. Okay.
Dex saves, right?
Yes, sir.
First one succeeds. Second one, what's your DC?
15.
Yep. Second one succeeds.
Damn. This guy's
Third one succeeds.
Good
better
Lord.
dexterity than I got. Good Lord.
I went 5 or 6 on the
Right.
succeeding.
All right, 32 fire damage. So
So
what is that?
16?
16. Yeah, 16 apiece. That sucks. Damn it.
Not
It's
doing,
not nothing.
Ugh.
not doing so good.
Okay. The plain robe guy is going to target Dild with the suggestion spell. So make a I don't know what save it is. I'll assume.
Oh, no, he's too far. He didn't move up, did he?
I was at 120 feet.
Let me see. It doesn't even say what. Oh, it only has a 30-foot range. Okay, never mind. I mean, they did move up, so they were within 90 feet, so he'd be able to be within 60 feet, which still is not enough.
Oh, he moved up too, so they all moved up. Okay.
Yeah, they're all approaching. But so he is going to try to use his psychic lash on you instead. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. 19.
Oh yeah, that saves. You take no damage.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh wait, I screwed up. I could not cast Blight a while ago because that's too far. So I don't know how you want to do that.
well, do you want to move up?
No, I couldn't have moved up far enough. I forgot I was at the 120 feet. So only thing I had that I could have done was the Elder Splash. Which, you want me to roll, see if I hit, or
No, it's all right. We'll just call it even for now.
okay. I totally I just looked down. I'm like, oh wait, the range on Blight is only 30 feet. Like that's not gonna work.
It's all good.
My fault.
All right, so they're going to shoot each of you with their crossbow again, or try to. First one on Gray is going to be an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
5 piercing damage. Dild, 15 to hit.
That hits.
3 piercing damage.
Okay.
They also moved up, by the way. I don't know if I said that.
So they're now all.
And then Doc, they're going to miss. The hooded guys, one of them tries to use its static discharge again, but it doesn't have the charge ready. But the other 2 are going to try again. So Dild and Doc, dexterity saving throws.
Yes, sir. Dexterity 17.
15.
You both save. Oops. So so you both take 10 damage.
Oof. All right.
Lightning damage, if that matters. And then Doc, it's your turn.
All right. I will move up. And then I think that should put me.
And you're basically within melee range at this point.
Oh, okay.
Have the armored ones been hit yet?
No.
If we're in melee range, then Spirit Guardians on the ones that are in range.
Okay. Who do you want to target?
I'll go towards the melee ones.
Okay. You have to make what?
Wisdom.
First one gets 12.
Fail.
Second one gets a 9.
Fail.
Third one gets an 18.
That passes. So it's 18 damage to the ones that failed. So 9 then to the one that's successful. And then I will swing at the one that didn't take the damage.
Okay.
It'll be 15 to hit.
That misses.
That'll be my turn.
All right, back to the top of the order. Gray.
All right, I'm going to try to finish, attack that same guy again. So that is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
15 damage.
Yeah, man. So with that hit, his body disintegrates into fire and smoke, leaving behind his robes on the ground.
All right. Is there one of the robe guys that John has been targeting that looks worse off than the others?
Yes.
All right. He's getting the next one. That is a 27 to hit.
Oh, yes, certainly.
And another 10 on the dice. So that is another 15.
All right, you finish that guy off, and he similarly turns into flame and smoke.
Sweet.
Valin is up next. She is going to target one of the other cloaked guys. And will hit. And does 6 damage. Dill.
There's one of these armored guys that hasn't taken much damage, right?
Correct.
I want to
But
put crown.
Doc is engaged in combat with it. So if you try to target with it like a area of effect spell, you would.
I was going to do Crown of Madness on him.
All right, you can do that.
He's got to make a wisdom save.
Uh, 12.
He does not succeed. So the charmed character must use his action before moving on each of its turn to make a melee attack against a creature that I choose.
He is immune to being charmed.
Son of a breadstick. All right. It's worth a try, guys.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Well, it keeps me from. Wait, this is not.
And here I thought I was charming.
Well, because I was going to try something, and maybe I won't do it if they're immune to being charmed. Because I hadn't used it yet. I was thinking about, since you were doing that on one of them, I was going to do Tasha's hideous laughter on one of them. But if they're immune,
Like how we're thinking.
All right, next up is the armored guys, so they have to make the
Wisdom.
save. 11 for the first one, natural 20 for the second one, and a 19 for the third.
Said 19 on the last one.
Yep.
That
So I
passes.
think that's 2 saves.
So just 10 damage for the one that didn't save. So 5 for the ones that did.
Okay. It's their turn there. Since you're right there, they're all going to target you. So they're going to attack you each twice with their great sword. The first 2 are going to miss. Second 2 are going to miss. Wow. Third 2 are going to miss. I didn't roll above a 14 on any of those.
oh wow,
So lucky day, Doc.
Doc dodge. Doc slippery up close, I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is the robe guys. How close are you, Dild and Gray? Dild,
Well, we never moved up, so if they moved up, they would have been.
It's the whatever distance they've moved towards us.
Because Doc moved up twice and they moved up twice, so they could
All
get
right,
within
so
30 feet of us at this point. if they move
They
forward.
will move up towards you again, and 2 of them are going to attack you, Gray. One of them's going to attack you, Dild.
I thought I killed one of them already.
You sure did. So one of them's going to attack you, Gray. One of you is going to attack you, Dild. They're each going to attack you twice with a shocking touch. So do Gray first. That is a 15 and a 21.
The 21 hits.
That is 7 lightning damage.
Okay.
And Dill, that is a 6 and a 15.
The 6 wouldn't hit.
No, I didn't assume. 6 lightning damage.
Okay.
And then Doc.
Yes, I will try to hit the least injured that's been attacking.
Okay.
That'll be a crit for 11 damage.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Gray, you've got one guy on you, one guy on Dill, 3 guys on Doc.
Well, they're still like 30 feet from me, right?
The guys on Doc, yes.
I mean, the guy that was coming toward us is like still 30 feet away.
No, he's
Okay, they're right to us.
engaging
then.
combat. Yeah.
So I'm going to use a bonus action to put Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack him with, and then, so he's like, we're in melee.
Yes.
All right, then I'll use my sword to attack, my pack weapon to attack him. Oh, that is the wrong. that is not the right dice. That's the damage dice. I gotta roll the hit first.
Yeah, that would help.
18 plus 8, so 26.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
And then that'll be crap. 9 damage for the first attack. And then that's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
And then that is 11 damage for the second attack.
All right.
Wait, did I get that right? Yeah. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Belen is going to attack that same guy. And will hit for 6 damage. That guy looks like he's on death's door. Dill, you got one guy on you.
Is there, with all these, sorry, go ahead. You were saying something?
I said there's one guy on you.
Yeah. Is there any way, if I do lightning bolt, is there any way I can line up somebody else behind him just to try to get 2 guys?
Without
It goes
moving a
100 feet
significant
long.
amount.
Sorry,
you
what?
So without moving a significant amount, you could get one of the guys on Doc, but since he has 3 guys around him, you can't really tell if you would also hit Doc.
All right, it's worth it. So it's a 100-foot long, 5-foot wide bolt of lightning, and anybody in the way has to roll dexterity.
Okay, I'll give you advantage, Doc.
Okay.
You know what a numbskull I can be.
It's like fire.
Yeah.
The one guy fighting you does not seem affected by the lightning damage, and the other guy you tried to hit rolled a 16.
So okay, so he'll take half.
And I rolled an
Damn.
11 with advantage.
So wait. So the guy is hit with a lightning bolt and it doesn't impact him. He's just like
The
shrugs
guy
it off.
who's been using nothing but lightning damage attacks, yes, it does not.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, this other guy's gonna suck it.
What do you mean, Doc?
Yeah, it's 38.
Oh shit, we're about to lose our healer. Way to go, Dill.
19. That's 19 damage to the other guy. If he is impacted by it at all.
Yes, he is, and he turns to smoke and fire. The other guy, like I said, does not affected, and Doc probably just got roasted.
No. I'm still up, but
All right.
ouchie.
Next are the armored guys, so they're going to have to roll against this.
Wisdom.
17 for the first one,
That passes or saves.
and 6 for the second one.
That fails. So 16 damage.
Okay, and they're both going to take 2 swings at you. First one is going to be 22 and a 17.
22 hits.
Ten slashing damage. And then the second one is going to be a 12 and a dirty 20.
They both miss.
Okay. Next up are the hooded guys who are going to do the same thing they did last turn. They're each on one on each of you guys. Yep, right. Yes. So they're each going to attack you twice. Gray
Okay.
does a 18 hit.
And it's my armor class.
Nine lightning damage.
Okay.
And Dild is going to be a 16 and an 8.
The 8 misses.
7 lightning damage.
Oof. All right.
Doc.
Yes. I'm going to do a cure wounds on myself. 19.
Ooh, that's helpful.
How are you looking, Doc?
41. I'm still bloody. But I'm fine.
I mean, you hit him for 38.
Well, he dodged it, so
No, he didn't.
like,
No, I didn't.
you didn't even dodge it. Oh shit!
No.
No, with advantage, I rolled an 11.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Is that your action or is that a bonus action?
Yeah, that's an action.
Gray.
All right. The guy in front of me is looks like he's on death's door.
Sure does.
All right. Instead of using the sword, I'm going to try to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
So I can potentially hit somebody else. That's an 18.
Yep.
That is 9 damage.
Turns to smoke and fire.
Okay. And then there are 2 guys on Doc and one guy on Dild.
Correct.
The one of the guys on Doc look worse than the other.
Slightly, but not significantly.
How bad does the guy on Dild look?
Just bloodied.
Just bloody. Oh, I'm going to take because I used my Hexblade's curse. I get.
And I'm just bloodied as well.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go after one of the guys on Doc.
Okay.
The worst of them, if there's a worst of them.
Sure.
That is a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
And that'll be 11 damage.
All right.
And that will be my turn.
Valen notices how damaged that guy is or how injured he is, and so she's going to try to finish him off. And rolls 6. So she does not do that. Dild.
I'm going to do burning hands on the guy in front of me. So that's a dexterity saving throw.
Um, 15.
That is the number they need to hit. So there you go.
So no damage?
No, it's gonna be
What's
half.
that?
Does half or no damage?
Yeah, half damage. That's 12 fire damage. Not my
So
best
that
roll.
is half or half of that.
Half of that, so 6. Yeah, sorry. Not my best roll. Kind of a pisser.
All right. Next are the armored guys. So there's Spirit Guardian still up, I assume?
Yep.
17 and 6.
6 fails, the other passes for 12 damage.
All right. The one that failed is kaput. How much damage? I'm sorry. 12.
12, so 6 for the one that passed.
And he's going to try to attack you twice with his greatsword again. All right. He's got a hit, I believe. One of them is a 12. The other one is a 23.
23 hits.
Ten slashing damage. And then the guy on Dild, going to be a 19 and a 11.
11 is my armor class, damn it. They both hit.
$17 lightning damage in total.
Yikes.
Doc.
I will swing at the one in front of me. 20, dirty 20,
Yep.
or 9 damage.
All right. He is on death's door as well. Back to the top with Gray.
All right. The one on Doc looks like he's on death's door. How bad is the one on Dild look?
Bloodied, but still decent.
Doc's got his spirit guardians up. I'm going after the one on Dild. 19 to hit.
Yep.
15 force damage. 17 to hit.
Yep.
12 more.
All right. Valen is going to try to finish that guy off. And she will. She only has 1 hit point left. So he is kaput, smoke, and fire. And then this guy is going to make his wisdom save. But I don't think it's going to do him any good because he rolled a 12.
So he takes 12 damage.
And that is well more than enough to kill him. So you are now out of combat. And with that, I think we'll have to wait until next time to see what's in this tower that you just fought so hard to get to.
Sounds like a
You
good
can
plan.
lick your wounds until then.
I'm not bad because my Hexblade's curse healed me for 13 when that guy died.
Oh, nice.
So, I was bloody. Now I'm not.
So you're the one who is not bloodied now.
Yeah.
So whenever we get together, I'll hit us with a prayer of healing.
I mean, you can do that now if you want. Just to
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That'll be
You want to include Bolin in that?
20.
She did get hurt in the previous episode.
Yeah.
21 healing.
21 healing?
Yep.
That will get me almost back to max.
That'll get me almost not bloody.
And I assume we'll let Tickles know that he
Same here. Almost not bloodied.
21. He said.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll leave a note that Tickles should get
21
bonus.
Oh, yeah, because from the damage he took from the golem.
Right, exactly. I was saying to these guys before we started, I think we'll probably be off next week because it is WrestleMania, which I would like to watch.
Or Easter, but yeah.
I was gonna say it's also Easter Sunday, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
Priority.
yeah, I mean, unless you're going to Easter Mass at 9 o'clock at night, typically most festivities are over, so that's why I kind of assumed that wouldn't come into play. But yes, if you'd like to celebrate the rising of Christ instead of WrestleMania, that is totally
Instead of the
call.
Undertaker rising.
We live in a free country for now. Undertaker is retired.
I know. That's the only character I could think of that would rise.
Yeah, no, it was good. Thanks to Magic Lasso for hanging out. Thanks to Magic Lasso's here a lot tonight. More D&D, Gordon, Circumstances, and John Big Daddy Ross for stopping in. Appreciate all of you. And until next time, never turn your back on the Undertaker. Okay, bye.